27th day of April has been one for memory weather-wise, and I hope in every other sense. Thank you for joining me this evening on definitely a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, we've still got changes in store, and we will see temperature changes start tomorrow as clouds roll in, and our shower chances as well before the end of your Wednesday, covering or blanketing a lot of your Thursday night before we see a break that will take us into our weekend, and we'll be into the 60s thereafter. So long to the 80s is what we're going to say for a little while. An updated outlook in just a few moments. Hundreds of Magoffin Countyans sustained flood damage during the recent events weeks ago. And as we reported to you, as I did on yesterday, individual assistance from FEMA, of course, has been established. We will walk you through the initial steps that you need to take. Also, we will hear that Governor Beshear will be in Magoffin County later this week to talk about that very topic. We'll also have a COVID update and a couple of things breaking out of Lawrence County tonight. Our editors and staff at the Big Sandy News office continuing to look into a reported armed robbery at the local Walgreens and a very bizarre freak accident involving a Lawrence County elementary school and at least one student airlifted for injuries. I will tell you about all that and much more in just a few moments. I didn't have time to take a little trip west on the Mountain Parkway to get some accompanying video today, but if you've been down that way, you've noticed that, of course, the Mountain Parkway expansion project is coming along, and the project manager sent me a press release today just giving us an update saying that this spring they will complete the 8.2 mile Morgan County segment and that they are closing in on having that done. With, of course, the weather breaking, asphalt plants have reopened. Paving is underway on those new westbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway in Morgan County. Westbound traffic will begin using these new lanes this summer between exit 70, exit 57 in Alachua and Hager Hill. Not Hager Hill, obviously, in Magoffin County. Crews are also completing concrete pours on the final bridge in the Morgan County segment. The new bridge began construction in October. That goes over Johnson Fork near the 62-mile marker. The completion of the Morgan County segment is expected late this summer. So, nearly half of the Mountain Parkway expansion project is either done or under construction. They actually started the Morgan County portion about 4 years ago. Had to build 17 bridges in that short span, and finishing that part of the expansion project will be, as the manager says, a significant milestone. In Magoffin County, in the western part of our county, construction has begun at the bridge over Johnson Fork. Excavation continues to realign a sharp curve at Kearney Hill. In the Magoffin County segment, this is some numbers to give you. In their first year of construction, crews moved more than 2 million cubic yards of rock and earth. That's about 200,000 regular dump truck loads. To minimize environmental impacts, much of the work is occurring off the Mountain Parkway where you can't really see it, but you know the areas that I am talking about. Together, both the Morgan and Magoffin County West segments represent about 13 miles of active construction on the parkway. It's getting closer, folks. It's getting closer. I can recall before the Restaurant Row project began, and as well as the Mountain Parkway expansion project, that myself and others of like minds and conversation thought we may never see that done in our lifetime. Indeed, it looks as though we will. I'm very happy to report that. When I come back, we'll report a couple of things, breaking news out of Lawrence County, including an armed robbery, and that will take us into our local headlines here tonight, where we are trying to reach each and every one of the hundreds of Magoffin Countyans out there who are eligible for individual assistance through FEMA. Stay tuned.
Frazier's Prater Drug Store is Sayersville and Magoffin County's oldest firearms dealer, and they're working hard to keep what you're looking for in stock and at unbeatable prices, regardless of the pandemic. For example, in stock right now, Ruger American rifles in .243, .270, and 7mm starting at just $349. That's $100 off MSRP, and they sell everything in the store less than MSRP every day. Like this Mossberg Patriot .243, Glock 44s, a big punch in a small package with this Bond Arms 45 410, and more. All ready to go today at Frazier's Prater Drug Store in downtown Sayersville. Spring is always the time for new beginnings and redecorating. or at least adding a few new favorite pieces to your home decor. And the seasonal shop has just finished resetting their entire home decor section with all new merchandise. It's all there: classic favorites, new trends, and the unusual pieces that can set your decor apart from everyone else. Farmhouse, timeless blue and white pottery, natural woods, beaded accents, bohemian, bees, lemons, copper, white pottery, and equestrian. It's all there. And it's all there with local delivery, layaway, and curbside pickup. It's the only place like it. The Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville.
Spring has sprung at Appalachian Wireless, and a new deal on the biggest little iPhone has just arrived. The iPhone 12 mini 64 gig comes with massive features and is the perfect pocket size. Best of all, Appalachian Wireless is offering the iPhone 12 mini for just $99.99 with a 2-year contract. Good things do come in small packages, and the iPhone mini on the region's best network is just that. But don't wait, this deal won't last long. Visit a retail location or go to AppalachianWireless.com to get this amazing deal. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jesse Rudd and his staff at Parkway Pharmacy are proud to announce the newest member of their team, and yours, pharmacist Dustin Jones, who's actually the grandson of Janet and the late Paul Jones of Dixie in Sayersville. And his addition of over 12 years of experience in inpatient and outpatient services gives you unmatched availability and care when it comes to your health and medication.
Parkway Pharmacy, where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
A very bizarre and freak accident at a Lawrence County elementary school. We have confirmed through school personnel that a trailer was in tow behind a vehicle that was traveling near Fallsburg Elementary. This was just as school was getting out for the day, right around the 3 o'clock hour. In fact, there were at least 2 classes of students who were actually returning from a math class outside when a wheel came off that trailer that was traveling on Route 3. That loose wheel came off across 2 lanes of travel, across the ditch line, also a ridge that sits next to Fallsburg Elementary, by the sidewalk, struck the building, and in doing so, literally bounced off, ricocheted, and then struck 3 elementary students. One of those students had to be airlifted due to the severity of their injuries and was flown to the Cabell Huntington Hospital. We believe it was a small boy. Don't know any other information about his condition, age, the like. But he was said to be talking and responsive to EMS personnel as he was being packaged and transported. We certainly hope that turns out well. Just what can you do to prevent that? Now, this I have just a bit of information on as well, coming from our Big Sandy News office in Louisa. An armed robbery at the local Walgreens.
This is a staff photo taken right around the same time as the incident that I just explained to you that happened with the tire injuring that student at Fallsburg Elementary. It was almost simultaneously that local authorities in Louisa and Lawrence County were responding to the Walgreens after, I need to stress, a reported armed robbery at this time. We have confirmed that local law enforcement did respond to the report of a possible armed robbery. However, authorities on scene could neither confirm or deny any reports to our staff while they were there. However, eyewitness accounts near the scene seem to indicate that a man, possibly armed and barefooted, entered the store and either robbed or attempted to rob one portion of the Walgreens. We cannot say if it was the store portion, the pharmacy portion, or both, but early reports also indicated that he may have been traveling in a stolen vehicle. Again, no updates on any arrest or the like. I hope to have some more details before the end of the broadcast.
More headlines in just a few moments, and a lot to talk about in regards to FEMA's individual assistance for Magoffin and Johnson counties. A quick local COVID update first, however. Last week we had 12 cases total here in Magoffin County. We had 1 case on this past Saturday, which is always our first day of counting for the week. 0 cases reported Sunday. Yesterday I told you 4. In fact, there were 3 cases reported, and then 2 cases confirmed today through the Magoffin County Health Department. So, over the course of 4 days, a lower number thus far than last week of 6 to date. Also, our Public Health Director, Pete Shepard, says that as of right now, out of the 100 available doses of the Moderna vaccine, which are going to be available at the Magoffin County Health Department this Friday, they have only 10 scheduled appointments. Please get your vaccine. Please help get us back to normal, or whatever that is going to be. Please tune in next to our community calendar, brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau. Two quick reminders: the 13th annual Mind Matters Health Fair next Monday, May the 3rd, online. Call 859-323-1331 if you have any questions. You can also reach out to Senior Citizens Director Marlene Howard here in Magoffin County at 349-5152. And next week also will be the last designated week for the Magoffin County countywide spring cleanup campaign for those who vote in Magisterial District 3. And of course, that will also, at the end of that, see the end of the spring cleanup campaign going on inside the Sagersville city limits. Call me anytime you've got a calendar announcement or a special birthday or anniversary wish you want to pass along. From there, obituaries tonight include services which are to be held this Friday beginning at 11 o'clock in the morning for 91-year-old Dillard Back of Middle Fork, who passed away Sunday at his home, survived by sons Gordon and Darrell Back, daughters Pat Back, Margie Couch, and Sally and Alice Hackworth, as well as his brother Irvin Back, 28 grandchildren, and several great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Dillard are going to be held this Friday morning at 11 from the Burgett Community Church in Sagersville. The family will welcome friends Wednesday evening after 6 and all day Thursday prior to funeral services. The Sagersville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And services have been set for Mr. Jacob Ryan Patrick, who at the age of 26, as I told you on last night's program, passed away Saturday in a vehicle collision in Morgan County. The son of Jimmy and Cindy Patrick, he survived as well by brother Lucas Nathaniel, paternal grandparents Douglas and Roseanne Patrick, and maternal grandparents Newt Bolden Rowe and Sue Gardner Mullins. Funeral services will start Friday at 1 from the Fritz Church of God. Burial will follow at the Patrick Family Cemetery at Middle Fork. Friends can visit the church after 6 o'clock Wednesday and all day Thursday and up until services start again Friday at 1. The family requests that in lieu of flowers, you can make contributions to the Jacob Ryan Patrick Memorial Fund. And 39-year-old Jonna Nicole Adams Salyer of Pricey Creek here in Sagersville passed away yesterday at her home. Arrangements still being set and to be announced by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Welcome to East Kentucky's premier vape and CBD shop, offering all-natural tobacco alternatives and everything vape and smoke shop related. Everything you're looking for and everything you're not. Best quality, best prices, best service.
Come to Appalachian Smoke Shop for all your tobacco alternatives and accessories, as well as products like CBD, kratom, and legal THC that people are telling us they're using to treat pain, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, and lack of energy, as well as just for overall wellness. Make it your one stop, Appalachian Smoke Shop.
Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. Get absolutely every mile you can out of the season with great deals right now at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Get up to $70 back on a set of new Coopers or new Hancooks, up to $120 back on new Michelins, up to $150 on new Goodyears, where you can keep your stimulus money and drive safe with 6 months no interest. At Conley Tire in Staffordsville and at conleytire.net.
Just in your state COVID update for this Tuesday, the governor noting that, my words, not his, slowly but surely, but, quote, in his words, every day we get a step closer to reaching that 2.5 million vaccine mark. Of course, just yesterday, the governor lifting the mask mandate for any outdoor event with less than 1,000 people, which has been a great relief and a great indicator that we're going to see some festivals happening later this spring and certainly into the fall. Cannot wait. As of 4 o'clock today, the case count for Tuesday, today, 716 new cases. Sadly, 10 new deaths today. Another 7 new audit deaths have been discovered. Positivity rate at 3.17%. To date, Kentucky has seen 6,476 deaths associated to the coronavirus. I'm trying to reach the hundreds of Magoffin Countyans who may be eligible for individual assistance. Magoffin and Johnson counties and a handful of others receiving individual assistance eligibility through FEMA. In fact, Governor Beshear is going to be here in Magoffin County later this week to talk about just that. Tonight, I have Judge Executive Matt Wireman, who has had the past 24 hours or so, actually and since the weekend as well, to go over some documents and data and tell those individuals the initial steps they need to take, the information they're going to need, documentation, the proof of insurance, and otherwise. How many people were trying to get this information to? How many people were affected by those floods?
Well, as we were doing the assessments to get the information to emergency management so that they could file the declaration with the White House, we had over 280, I think it was 289 reported flood damages across the county. And that's homes, that's slips, that's every type of property damage that people could have called in on. And as we went out and inspected, based on the criteria, there were 34 that were classified as major damage. Those are the ones that had significant levels of water inside the home. Then there's other categories that go down based upon how much water got in, whether it got under the floor, and those kind of things.
And as far as the county is concerned?
Yeah, it's another, we got hit again pretty hard. We have over 100 locations on our county roads that will be turned in as FEMA projects. It's another significant event and stressor on our road crew and our transportation budget.
Going on to the individual assistance, so we're talking about a few hundred people. Obviously, this is very important. What's the very first step they need to take, and some of the very initial things they need to know?
Well, again, they need to make sure that they retain those pictures when we were telling them about the assessment. They need to have their photos of the damage to the property or any belongings that they had. They need to have some type of inventory or listing of all those items. They need to make sure that if they had homeowners or any type of flood insurance, that they have filed a claim and that they've gotten something back from their insurance saying whether or not that insurance determination letter or something showing that they filed a claim and that insurance would or would not cover. Obviously, if you don't have insurance, that's not an issue. But those are the things you need to have right away. And you also are going to need, obviously, a photo ID or some type of proof of identification and proof of occupancy or ownership. And that's defined as a deed, title or lease, a bill of sale or land contract, mortgage payment, a will that gives you the property, and a few other different things to prove that you have ownership of the property that you're claiming FEMA on.
I know the governor's actually Magoffin and Johnson, obviously among the number of counties who are going to be receiving some individual assistance. And you tell me that the governor is going to be making his way through the area and to Magoffin County this week to discuss that with you and others?
Yes, his office contacted me earlier this morning. I think they're going to Floyd County, and then we'll be stopping by here sometime Thursday to make the public announcement and to provide the offer for help and additional information. I'd like for him to come tell us we're getting something else, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to make a stop by personally. He has a personal interest in Eastern Kentucky, and we appreciate him coming.
Anything else that I have missed that we need to let the folks know about this process? I know we can come back.
One of the things, again, is FEMA is like a secondary type thing. If you have insurance, it's going to wait and let the insurance take care of it. But I think, and I don't know what they are, but there's some income guidelines too. And the folks that don't qualify for FEMA or enough FEMA, because I believe there's a $35,000 limit on per household. Once again, we have the U.S. Small Business Administration loans, those low interest loans, the same thing that we had, the only thing that we were able to offer for the 2019 flood. So those were also, and it may be that you get an application for that too. I think the way the process goes, I've had some people that's already applied for assistance online, and the online is more or less a registration, and that registration asks like when the date that it occurred. You have to note that this is for the February 27th through the March 14th time frame. You'll have to have annual household income, names and ages of people that are in their home, some basic contact information, and again, they'll want an email address. If you don't have one, they'd recommend you get one. But if you don't, then they'll mail the actual application out to you to your home.
There are essentially 3 ways to get this process started and this ball rolling. One, at the top of your screen, let's save that, and I'll take you through that briefly in just a few seconds. That's to go and do it online. You can call FEMA at 1-800-621-FEMA or 3362. You can also go to your app store and any device that you have, and FEMA has its own app, and you can go through the process there. Judge Wireman said he actually downloaded it and went through the motions himself just to test it, and it works, and it was quite easy to navigate. Perhaps the most common is going to be logging on to disasterassistance.gov. And once you go there, this is the first screen that you're going to see, well, as soon as I get back there. Here you see the first screen, disasterassistance.gov. A few things there you'll note, but it's best just to scroll on down until you see the map of the United States. And you'll see Kentucky, one of the shaded states where we are currently eligible. Simply click on Kentucky, and when you do, that will open up the list of eligible counties down there to the bottom of your screen. Simply go to Johnson or Magoffin or your county. Here you will see the event that is eligible, and simply click on Apply Online. One security measure that you'll have to type in a random word to get you through, and after you do so, a list of information that you're going to need to proceed or go on. So security number, annual household income, contact information, insurance information, bank information, and the like. You have to have that ready. Click Start and proceed from there. Disasterassistance.gov. And remember, Governor Beshear will be here Thursday, and we will have his remarks on all of this and more that evening. Now let's go to your Licking Valley RECC Outlook, where I'm glad to report no major weather events therein. Not to say that it's just all going to be nice and beautiful and sunny like we saw today. It's not. We've known some changes were coming, and changes are always coming in your Kentucky and certainly your Eastern Kentucky forecast. We will begin with the end of a beautiful Tuesday where we will see increasing clouds tonight. Also winds out of the southwest, 6 to 15 miles per hour. We've seen pretty consistent winds of the same speed now, mostly from the southwest, but on and off for the past many days. And the next few will be no different. Tomorrow we'll see southwesterly winds, 6 to 10 to 21 miles per hour at times, 78, so not quite into the 80s tomorrow. You will notice, however, as well tomorrow that we will see mostly cloudy skies and not as much sunshine, and then a 50% chance of some showers and thunderstorms starting around the noon hour or so and thereafter. For the most part, maybe on the high side, 3/4 of an inch, all said and done, for the highest number of total rainfall tomorrow, unless there are some big thunderstorms that lay some down. For an average, from a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch during the course of the day. Tomorrow night, still a 60% chance of lingering showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy and a low of 60. Winds still coming out of the southwest, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour at times. For your Thursday, Showers and thunderstorms continuing throughout much of your Thursday. 78, 52, and 6 to 28 mile per hour winds on your Thursday, and winds holding on to 22 miles per hour at times by Thursday night. So couple of days of clouds and showers and some potential thunderstorms lie ahead, but they're out of here and gone by Friday. Showers likely, but by 7 o'clock in the morning, so didn't even put them on your screen. Otherwise, mostly sunny. That cold front knocks us down to about 65 degrees thereafter for daytime highs on your Friday, so a significant change there. 35 that night under mostly clear skies for your weekend. Drum roll, please. We'll go with sunny and 69 after some morning fog on your Saturday. 77 and mostly sunny after some morning fog on your Sunday. And then we'll start off next week again in the upper 70s.
And that's going to wrap it up for definitely a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hope to see you back here for another one tomorrow. Good night, and thank you for watching.